Hi, in this video we will cover all the adventures that Pandavas had in the forest after they escaped from the Lakh House plot. To quickly recap, in the last video we saw how Duryodhan wanted to kill the Pandavas and their mother Kunti by burning them inside a palace which was made up of inflammable materials. Pandavas were able to escape from the plot by using a tunnel that was built into the palace. Vidur had warned about this plot to Pandavas before they had started their journey to Varnavrat. Having escaped into the forest, it was pitch dark. They walked long distance in the interior of the forest on foot. Bhima cleared the path for them. Kunti was exhausted and thirsty. Bhima left the mother and other brothers under a spreading banyan tree and went in search of water. For food, he used to shake many fruit trees and collect the fruit for food. Pandavas, remember, are the children of gods. Currently, though, they are homeless and wandering in the forest. They quickly realize that they need to find shelter in a village. A young Brahmin couple in the village of Ekchakra was willing to be the host for the Pandavas. They choose to live on alms gathered from house to house, but their assumed beggary could not conceal their royalty. Food was forthcoming in plenty. Kunti distributed half of it to Bhima and the other half to the rest of her sons. But Bhima still felt famished and very hungry. One day, Kunti heard weeping and wailing in the inner apartments of her host. She went in and asked for the cause of it. The dilemma was explained. One Asura, named as Baka, was on and on causing heavy loss of human lives. In order to minimize, the citizens entered into an agreement with that demon. He was to protect the city from all possible dangers and return for this good. The city would supply him weekly with cartload of food, two bulls, and a human being. Every family had its turn for the supply of human being. On the following day came the turn of this family. The father, the mother, and the daughter were competing with each other to offer oneself and save the other two. The weeping was in connection with the pending loss to the family. Kunti Devi offered to solve the problem by sending one of her five sons instead. The host family protested against the sin of sacrificing the life of a guest instead of protecting it. Kunti pacified the host, stating that gods will come and protect her son. The offer was hesitantly accepted. On the following day, a cartload of food was collected and brought to the house. Bhima drove it to Baka, but he decided to make a hearty feast of the food and he carried to the Rakshasa. Purposefully, he delayed the movement, neared the cave of Baka, and started helping himself to variety of food. This enraged the Rakshasa and he rushed out to crush Bhima to death. But the hungry Bhima managed to keep the Rakshasa at bay until he did justice to his food. Then they fought. Bhima gave Baka time to display his strength, but after some time he tore Baka into two halves like an elephant would slit a sugar cane. With this incident, the village was saved by the wrongdoings of this Rakshasa. Bhima and the rest of the Pandavas, along with Kunti, left the village to avoid getting detected of their original identity. On their way, though, through the forest, the Pandavas were resting near the tree during the night. A Rakshasa named Hidimba, who was also the brother of Bakasur, was ruling the place where Pandavas were taking rest. He asked his sister Hidimbi to go and get Pandavas for dinner. Hidimbi goes to the place where Pandavas were resting. She sees Bhima and immediately falls in love after seeing his mighty, strong body. Hidimbi takes the form of a beautiful lady. Remember, she's a Rakshasa, but she takes the form of a beautiful human lady and approaches Bhima while the other Pandavas were sleeping. She tells Bhima that she is originally a Rakshasa and her brother had sent her to bring all the Pandavas for dinner because Rakshasas love human flesh. She told him that she had fallen in love with him and that she wants to marry him. Bhima tells Hidimbi that he cannot marry her without the permission of his mother and his elder brother who are sleeping right now. Given that Hidimbi took long time to come back, Hidimba goes in search of her. Hidimba sees his sister in human form and gets very angry at her. Hidimba attacks Bhima next. Bhima was very powerful and thus he was able to kill Hidimba. Because of this fight, Pandavas along with Kunti wake up. They see Hidimba Rakshasa dead and they see Hidimbi. Hidimbi urges Kunti to give permission to Bhima so that she could marry him. She promises to give them food, clothing, and shelter and take them to distant places with her magical powers very quickly. Kunti consulted Yudhishthir and agreed for Hidimba to marry Bhima under one condition. She tells that Bhima's destiny lies with his brothers and not with Rakshasas. So he would have to leave her very soon. She agrees. Bhima thus marries Hidimbi. Now, what happens next? Let's see that. Kunti watched her second son, or Bhima, enjoying the company of his wife and child. She feared that this attachment would distance him from his brothers. So one day she summoned Bhima and said, "Our destiny lies elsewhere, not with the Rakshasas. It is time to go." By that time, Ghatotkacha, Hidimba, gave birth to Bhima's son, Ghatotkacha, who was born. Bhima nodded his head and with heavy heart bid farewell to his wife and son. As they were leaving, Hidimba's son, though an infant, spoke like a grown man. "Should you ever need my help, father, just think of me and I shall come." Bhima smiled, touched his son's cheek, and for one last time, gave a tender look at his wife, and then followed his mother and brothers out of the Rakshasa settlement. Now, one day, while they were going through the forest, they were collecting water from the lake. The Pandavas were attacked by a Gandharva called Angaraparama, Angaraparna. He claimed the lake belonged to him and he attacked the Pandavas. Arjuna was forced to release an arrow charged with the power of Agni. The arrow set Gandharva's chariot aflame. Before long, the Gandharva was unconscious and was captivated by Arjuna. Gandharva's wife begged Arjuna to release him. In gratitude, Gandharvas gifted Pandavas 100 horses and he also told them many stories. One of the stories told was that of Shakti and King Kalmaspada. They both were crossing narrow bridge one day and either Shakti or Kalmaspada could cross the bridge at a time. But they were both on the bridge and neither of them would give way for the other to pass. Shakti thus curses Kalmaspada to become a Rakshasa. The curse comes into immediate effect and Kalmashpada becomes a Rakshasa and the first thing he does is he eats up Shakti. The Shakti's curse became heavy and was impacted on his own self. Vashishta was Shakti's father. His grandson was Parashar, who was the father of sage Vyasa, and Vyasa was the father of Pandu, and Pandu was the father of the five Pandavas. The Pandavas realized from this story that the Gandharva had told him this story because He sensed a rage in their hearts against their cousins. We are the Pandavas, they revealed to the Gandharva. Much wronged by the Kauravas, they told Gandharvas everything from their father's death to their uncle's treachery. It is difficult to forgive when one has suffered so much, said the Gandharva. But he said, shed anger. Make your own fortune instead, said the Gandharva. You have now my horses. Now get yourself a priest and a wife. Then land. Establish your own kingdom. Make yourselves kings. And give up the hatred because it would just hurt you at the end of it, was his key message. In the next video, we will see Draupadi's Swayamvara. If you liked my video, hit like and subscribe to my channel for future videos. Please note, this is a dedicated channel for Mahabharata videos and other spiritual videos. Thank you.